I wanted to talk about your ELA notebook and how we have it set up. So, right when you open your notebook, you should have your reading log, okay? And I said that you should have 5 pages. When I finish this page reading log, I can use the back side, okay? So I should have 5 pages back to back. Then I'm going to take a page and I'm going to write writing on the front, okay? This is where we're going to house all of our writing anchor charts that we make, okay? So I'm going to write writing at the top, and then I'm going to write page 1. And on page 1, we did sentence types, okay? And we will continue to add to this as we fill out more anchor charts for writing. So your first anchor chart should be your 4 types of sentences. Now what I want you to do is I want you to count out 15 pages from that. And that's going to take us to our reading anchor chart. So like for our reading skills that we will have. Okay? And on this anchor chart, you can go page 1 of our reading anchor charts. That's going to be compare and contrast. And then today's anchor chart will be there. All right. I hope that you, okay. Please set up your ELA notebook this way so that you have the best way to get your information and you're not constantly flipping through it, trying to find what you're looking for. Thank you. 5th grade, today we're going to talk about, we're going to do an anchor chart in our reading portion of our notebook, and we're going to go to page 1, compare and contrast. So go ahead and write that down now. For this lesson, you're going to need your ELA notebook, 2 to 3 different colored utensils, and a pencil. Go ahead and grab those things now. At the top of your paper, you can write compare and contrast. Make sure your compare and your contrast are in 2 different colors. I made mine blue and red. Let's talk about some definitions. When we talk about compare, we are talking about what 2 different things have in common. And then when we're talking about contrasting, we're talking about how 2 different things are different. So I circled the word common and the word different because common has to do with compare and different has to do with contrasting. So go ahead and write these definitions. And just to furthermore, I outlined the definition of compare in blue so that I knew that it went with compare, and I outlined contrast in red so that I knew it went with contrasting. So go ahead and pause your video and you can write down the definitions for compare and contrast underneath. Now we're going to talk about different ways you can organize similarities, which are comparing because it's in blue, and differences. Differences means contrast and showing how things are different. So I wrote that in red. And one way we can do that is through a Venn diagram. Okay, Venn diagrams are 2 circles And they are comparing they are comparing and contrasting two different things. So thing one, the things that are different about thing one, only about thing one, go on this side of the circle. Things that are only about thing two, that are different about thing two, go on this side of the circle. And then in the middle, you are comparing them or telling how they are alike or different things that they have in common. So go ahead and copy this Venn diagram. Once again, I used red to tell how they are different. And then in the middle, I did blue to show how they are the same. Okay. Another way you can organize similarities and differences is through a chart. So you can have thing one on this side and thing two on this side, and you're contrasting on this. So you are telling how they are different down here. And then in the middle, you are comparing them and telling how they are alike or what they have in common in the middle. So go ahead and copy down that chart as well. And then we're going to talk about words that we can use when we're talking about comparisons or things in common. So I would like you to write this list of words: similar, both, alike, same, common, and two. Go ahead and write those words down to show how things compare. And I outlined my word compare words in blue so that you still knew that it went with the compare at the top. On the other side, we're going to write words that have to do with contrast. So contrasting words. And I outlined it in red so that I knew that it went with contrasting. Words that are contrast words: but, in contrast, unlike, different, and however. Go ahead and write that. And this is going to stay in your notebook so that you have these notes for any assignments where we are comparing and contrasting. Make sure that you go look and see what your activity is for the day. And I will see you guys soon. Bye now.